I'm going to go over three tickers starting with SPY. We ended the week at $685.69, up 0.19%. This is where we are. To the north side on the 5-minute time frame takes us to roughly 686.51. That is the middle of the trend, the baseline, the median, where we could chop sideways or we could continue to follow this line upward. We are in an upward channel. To the north side takes us to 2 standard deviations, and that is roughly 688.49. Above that, 689.51, and don't hold your breath for price to get to 690.50 on Monday. I don't know if that's going to happen, but perhaps down the road, we could definitely hit that. And to the south side, one level of support, a potential buy-in area, as well as a potential stop loss area, 684.46, 683.42, and roughly 682.48-ish for Monday. Now this gap right here, let me turn on my magnet. This gap to the downside right there. Did it actually touch? Yeah. Right. Oh, well, let me see just a second. Actually, yeah, it touched, but barely. We will definitely retrace to that level because we have a gap down to 675.89. That is still in play. This gap closed already. And then we also have this nasty one that will take us down to 659.09-ish whenever we reverse course for that pullback. We are very close to the 52-week high of 689.70. We're just retracing that area, and here's an expected move that closed right there on Friday, November the 28th. That took us to 682.67. So congrats if you went long when we were short, and then made our way back up. And what happened here? It's been a while since I've cleaned up. Oh, this is done. So let's get rid of that because it closed already. Then we have other nasty gaps and landmines to the south side. But people are saying that we're going to hit all-time highs and then reverse. So let's look at this on the daily very quickly. Option R, reset. As you can see, I've tracked this thing 1,000 times. So the range we are in on the daily for SPY to the north side will take us to 717. And to the south side, well, this gap will close, but that should be roughly 661.44, and then going down from there, again, closing out at 659.09. Many gaps for whenever we reverse. And if you think the market is going to crash in 2026, well, there are your potential reversals. Now, the next one I want to go over is Mrna. Let's flip this to the 5 because I like to give price targets on the 5 to keep your expectations low. Okay, so Mrna takes us to the leaderboard here. This is where we ended for the week at 2770. Let's change the color. Keep everything consistent for myself. All the green lines I've sold out of. All the pink lines I used to own that I sold out. All right, so to the north side takes us to 2786, 2821, and roughly 2853. The middle of the trend now takes us to 2720 for a pullback, and then we could grind sideways. Or if we follow this line up, we could do that as well. The pullback, 2652, 2618, and down the road, 2582. Note the clear bounce at support, sell off at resistance, close enough to resistance, all up here just grinding along the line. That's resistance in the sell-off. And this gap closed in an expected move, and that closed on December the 4th. No longer in play. Delete, delete. Oh, I was thinking about selling out here at one point, and I didn't. So right now, I am potentially up. Where are we? I am up 16% on a healthcare stock. Yeah, that's good because I expect a rug pull, but the 1-year price target long term is 36.33, but you're going to be fighting for that. That's a 31% return. All right, we chop sideways here and then just following this middle of the trend line. All right, and then the bottom of the leaderboard, Amgn. We're at 329.89. What is happening here? Let's mark this out so we can see where we're headed. $89, 329.89. All right, to the north side. Resistance, middle of the trend, median, where we could grind sideways after we hit resistance. All right, 2 standard deviations, 342.83. And then the outer bands, don't hold your breath, for Monday down the road, 346.84. And then after that, 350.72 to the south side. Support, 327.07, 323.27, and 319.26. The 1-year price target is 330.79. So we're so close to that target. And then to the downside for the pullback, 215. Big picture, $400. And let's take this to the daily because I have not looked at this in a very long time. So what happened? Here, oh, here's a gap for the pullback on the daily, which will be different than the 5. Different buy and sell signals. What did it say? 215 to the south side? Yeah, 215. So 215, wow, takes us, oh my gosh, all the way down here. Yikes. It's going to be a slow grind if that's the case to the downside. Okay, apparently when I looked at price on April the 9th, we were at 265. We're now at 329. Okay, to the north side on the daily takes us to 338.68, and then to the downside, this gap will fill. Clear resistance and a sell-off. Resistance, sell-off. Resistance here, resistance all along this line. And then this gap closed to the downside at 278.45. And then I looked at price down here as well. I marked that out in 2021 apparently. Okay. And earnings, it is coming, well, in February. Where is that? In February 26th. RSI going straight down after this critical area. That is to be expected. Here we go on the weekly, going down, and on the monthly, going down. Here's consolidation, barcoding, basing, leg up, sideways, leg up, sideways, and then just grinding in the middle of the trend there. All right, that is a look at SPY, Mrna, which I am in. I think I'll sell out on Monday, hit some sell limit orders, and see if it hits. If not, no big deal. And that is Amgn. I just did ChargePoint and also Hood. So check those tickers out and have a great trading week.